I have a show. My show's called The Fangirls Guide, and your movie, you know, Beth Grant, Clifton Collins Jr., Jason Bateman, I mean, of course yourself, and Ben Affleck. I mean, you fulfilled a fan kid's dream. So, who are you a fan of? Like, who would you fanboy over the second you saw him or her?
Boy, you know, I've been able to fanboy over people that one of the first ones was I think Bill Griffith, who who did Zippy the Pinhead. That was like a big influence. I've totally fanboyed Don Novello. I don't know if anyone knows
Father
him.
Guido.
Yeah, Father Guido Sarducci.
Yeah.
His books, the Laszlo letters, but like back before phone pranks, are just brilliant. I sent when I first did my animated shorts. I sent VHS tapes to. I think it was Bill Griffith. Linda Berry was another one. And I actually got a letter back from Linda Berry, and I'm like, oh, cool. Or it was a postcard, and I turned around, she's like, got your tape. I don't have a VHS player yet, but I thought I got a letter back because she really liked it or something. Her stuff, especially in the 80s, I mean, I was really inspired back then. Anyway, it's people like that, but there was someone recently that I was fanboying about, and I can't remember. If it comes to me in the next couple of minutes, I'll blurt it out.
You have this, I've noticed in your films and stuff, and you and I talked about the whole Easter egg thing with Family Guy and King of the Hill.
Oh, yeah.
There was another thing I didn't ask you about that I totally want to ask you about now is what I like to call the MJEE, which is the Mike Judge Easter egg, where you tend to pop up in your films, but it's always in disguise, and it's usually like involving a handlebar mustache. What is the, like, when I went to the press screening, it took all my energy not to go, oh! But, I mean, what is the fan reaction? Do you do that strictly for the fans? Because, I mean, unlike Spike Lee and Quentin, I mean, they're like, hey, I'm here, I'm in my film, but you're just kind of like, hey, I'm going to sneak in and sneak out.
I did it kind of both those times out of necessity, and in Idiocracy, my voice is in there, but the mustache isn't on purpose. It's kind of a coincidence, although Spy Kids have a mustache too. Yes, I always have them. Yeah.
Office Space, you had one too.
Yeah. Well, in Office Space, that was something I had written at the last minute and read a bunch of people for, and couldn't find. I think people didn't get it, and they were trying to make the guy just sound silly and goofy instead of. I wanted the guy to he really is passive aggressive and really wants her to wear more pieces of flair, but doesn't want to come out and say it. That was a pretty simple thing to me, and so I finally just said, well, I know how to do this, and you know, it's really like I actually auditioned myself to get a camcorder and look at it. So I'm not. They aren't really deliberate cameos. I just in this one though I screwed up in this one because I said early on when people like at Miramax were asking me if I was gonna be in it, I said, oh, maybe I'll play that guy with. I described him as having a really big mustache, and I wanted him to be really skinny but with a little belly. And once I said that, I think the casting people kind of got a little lazy and didn't look as hard for that role, because by the time, you know, I don't know, we had people that like were reading it that sounded like Elmer Fudd and like kind of almost like cartoonish blue collar people, and so I said, all right, I wanted to. I mean, I didn't want the guy to look like I look, so I don't know. Anyway, sorry, it's a long answer.
No, it's a perfect answer.